Buckle up ladies, today we're going to be talking about a car that only takes 2 seconds to reach 100 kilometers per hour. This car weighs 970 kilograms and has 563 kilowatts of power and is a kit car. It costs a quarter of what you pay for something like a lousy Lamborghini or many other abnormally priced exotics. It sounds like something from the pages of Lord of the Rings, but it exists. It really does. Say hello to the Ultima RS. The first gen Ultima racing car was the result of Lee Noble, an acclaimed automotive designer. He set up Noble Motorsport and launched the Ultima Mark I in 1983. Ted Marlowe, the man who eventually became a co-founder of Ultima Sports, then became Noble Motorsport's first customer by purchasing an Ultima Mark II. With a 3.1-litre V6 Essex power. After a series of losses to Lee Noble in his own Ultima Mark II, Ted Marlowe re-engineered his Ultima to accept a small block Chevy V8 coupled to a 4-speed Porsche transaxle with a revised suspension and bodywork. With this combination, Ted blew the socks off every other racing car in or on the track. This formed the basis for every other Ultima for the future and also caused rule changes in racing series all over Britain. And in 1992, Ted Marlowe purchases the rights to Ultima's Mark IIs and Mark IIIs, including molds and jigs. This marks the end of the involvement of Lee Noble in the development of Ultima sports cars. Ultima saw a total of 26 cars being purchased at this point, and the legend was born. For a more detailed video, subscribe and hit the bell icon, cause we're working on an evolution video featuring none other but Ultima sports cars. Getting back on the main attraction, the Ultima RS, a hypercar slayer that only costs 1.8 million rands, depending on how weak the rand is. The design is clearly inspired by C. Lamar races, like many other Ultimas before. But unlike all the Ultimas, the RS has modern looks. It's incredibly good looking. The car basically looks pricier than it basically is. In brief, it doesn't look like a kit car at all. Some of the styling updates that ensured that these cars, which were originally unconventionally attractive, become genuine lookers include LED lighting, a larger gooseneck wing, and active carbon fiber aerodynamics accessories. These updates give the RS out of this world exotic looks that rival those of well-established supercars and hypercars. The body is manufactured out of a not so exotic material, which is fiberglass, but it's light nonetheless. Underneath the lightweight body is a bespoke space frame chassis with an integrated roll cage for added safety in case that you crash, and trust me, chances are you're gonna crash this beast. It's supported by a fully independent suspension system all round. The suspension is composed of cast uprights and adjustable coilover shock absorbers developed for this specific car by Ultima. The RS also offers hydraulic front lift to help with going over speed bumps and tricky driveways. You have an option to equip the car with a digital gauge or an analog Ultima developed gauge with Ultima badges. The steering wheel is equipped with a wireless switchgear system that allows drivers to control lights, indicators, hooters, and warning hazards, similar to what you get in a Ferrari steering wheel. The car's gear shifter is supplied by a company based in Germany. It's also fitted with air conditioning, and that's an added bonus considering that this car's windows can't be open. You can fit a wide range of GM V8 power plants into this masterpiece. Kind of reminds us of a little infamous British car that was fitted with an American V8 back in the day by a man that goes by the name of Carroll Shelby. The car in question is the Cobra. What's your favorite American powered British car? Let us know in the comments section. The engines in question include the 6.3 litre 320 kilowatts LS3, the 7 litre 425 kilowatt LS5, or the big boss, the supercharged 6.2 litre 563 kilowatt LT5. But you have options, and so your supercar slayer is only limited by the kind of engine and power you choose to bestow onto your car. but ultimately the range-topping LT5 can go from 0 to 100 in 2.3 seconds and has a top speed of 350 kilometers per hour. This is a 9.3 second quarter-mile car. Let's take a second to look at other 9-second drag cars and compare their prices to the Ultima's 1.8 million rand price tag. Talking about quarter mile times, we're launching a new show where we're going to be talking about or exploring quarter mile times of various cars. The show will be called Quarter Mile, and if that's something you want to see, please smash the subscribe button and hit the bell icon so that you don't miss an episode. The fastest quarter mile car amongst our honorable mentions is the Pininfarina Battista at 8.55 seconds to reach a quarter mile, and that will cost you 40 million rands. The Rimac Navara with a time of 8.58 seconds will cost you a young 40 million rands too, or 2.2 million US dollars. The Tesla Model S Plaid with a time of 9.23 seconds will cost you 1.7 million rands, or $96,000. The only car on our list that costs marginally less than the Ultima RS. It's more practical, but the looks aren't that great.